Overwhelming demand. The Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
The Grizzlies, Grannies, and Grandpas have the right moves and are currently looking for new members to join their team for the upcoming season. These soulful seniors are a fan favorite group throughout Grizz Nation. You do not have to be a grandparent, but you must be at least 50 years old with personality, rhythm, and passion for performing. If that sounds like you, then we want to see you on Sunday, June 29th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Get to the main event. And you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, John Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick 6, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Monday, June 16th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, man, oh man, what a weekend we had. phone went crazy yesterday morning as the Grizzlies made a huge deal, and Desmond Bane is going to be leaving town and headed to Orlando. With picks and players coming back to Memphis, we will go through the trade that shocked us all yesterday morning on Father's Day. We also had 10 things from the weekend, including the U.S. Open that took place over the weekend, a Game 4 in the NBA Finals that is going to be going on tonight, a report about the future of the University of Memphis athletics. The Stanley Cup Finals are still going on. We got some baseball stuff. We got tons of stuff to get to. This was a news-heavy weekend, and we did not expect to be talking about this on Monday, but here we are. Let's do it. Turn it up.
Once in your life, won't you do what feels right instead of waiting for the next big thing to strike? Stop running your mouth, get out of the house, get yourself downtown and shake.
Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to, not the least of which is the Desmond Bane trade that went on yesterday morning. We will go through that and all of the reactions to said trade from our brethren in the national media. In addition to that, I mentioned that tonight is Game 4. It is actually Game 5. I have tried to block Game 4 completely out of my memory. I'll welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Rangers, Body Spray Bandit, Senior Sack, Johnny Backpull, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neckcarp, John Lance. He's Dr. Thunder. He's Yogi Roser.
To quote the great and legendary all-time musician artist, Garth Brooks, and the thunder rolls. And the thunder rolls.
Also, to quote Garth Brooks, shameless. Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler. Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. He sure is. He's Walker 93.
We're going to Disney World, bro. Let's go.
You know what? I'm impressed, man.
What?
I really thought your eyes were going to look puffy today.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you were busted up when Garrett Temple got traded.
No, bro.
So Desmond Bane going somewhere.
He is.
You
were not here when he got here. He came in, he opens the laptop up and he plays music always.
I got it out, bro.
He got his feelings a little bit,
bro. That's like I told y'all, bro.
He was playing religious music.
I did listen to Kurt Franklin.
He had to go to church. He needed to go to church and pray.
God's got a blessing with your name on it before you got here. But no, bro, look, that's a part of the game now. It's like, yo, you make these relationships with people. Like, the basketball stuff is whatever. But I think for me, bro, the personal relationships you make throughout these years are big for me. And Des is one of those ones.
He's great.
He's at the top of my list, bro.
We love Desmond
High level
Bane.
human.
This is great.
This one, you know what it felt like? Honestly, it was like Kyle and Tyus.
Yeah.
They're all kind of the same cloth, like mega likable guys that you liked having around.
Yeah.
Right? It was a fantastic player for the Grizzlies for the last 5 years. All right, let's get to 10 things.
I love 10 things.
Shut up.
Especially today.
Shut up, Roser. Number 1, Desmond Bane got traded. Okay.
My dog, man.
So this was wild. Just not what was expected. There was a mid-morning trade on Father's Day, no less, that took place between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Orlando Magic that sent Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic in return for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 first-round draft picks, and a swap. 16th pick in this year's draft, 2026, which is going to be Phoenix's pick, which could be, I mean, that's the gem of all of it, right? Then an unprotected pick in 2028, 2029, a first-round swap, and another first-round pick in 2030. Desmond Bane had a 5-year, $200 million contract that he had signed with the Grizzlies. He has 4 of those years remaining at 36, 39, 42, and 45. million left. All right, so look, here's one of the things, and obviously we have talked about this a great deal since the season ended with a tremendous thud, and Zach Kleiman took to the podium and said that this team was not close, and we weren't going to kid ourselves that we were close. You look at the payroll, and you look at the amount of money that John Morant and Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson are going to get paid, and if you say, all right, here's that core group of guys, and that's not good enough, then what is the natural pivot? And then we, of course, like, you didn't have to be detectives to parse through. Anybody that pays attention to our show knows when we watch that press conference, he's very clear. My relationship with John Morant is the best it's been. I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times. This team is building around John Morant. John Morant is the guy. He is the face of the franchise, right? No matter what anybody says, no matter what reports are out there, I'm not trading him. He's the face of the franchise. We are doing this with John in mind. We have made decisions with John in mind. And again, people can argue with that. I'm fine with that. If you say that's silly, but that is the standard in which he set. And then he went on to say, and we are prioritizing a contract extension for Jaren Jackson Jr. So then, of course, we all come in here as we're parsing through it. We're going, okay. And so let's just say, while shocking that it happened on a Sunday morning on Father's Day, yesterday morning, if you would have told me Desmond Bane has moved this offseason, you, all of us would have been totally non-pulsed on that. That would be totally unsurprising, given the circumstances of what happened with the team, the financial situation that they're in, and then okay, and you have talked about this many, many times, Roser. You have said, look, if you are committing to Ja, do you have a Lillard-McCollum situation here where it's like, okay, you can only hide one of these guys somewhere. You're going to have to get perimeter defense and wings at some point. And so while we love Desmond Bane, is that the best kind of fit next alongside the guy that you have decided this is what you're doing, right? And so given that he had signed a $200 million contract, the other thing is, look, if we're being fair, the local opinion on Bane got lower.
Yeah, the playoffs for sure.
Because of the playoffs. Yeah. I will just say, when he went 20 for 63 and then 7 for 32 from 3 in the playoff games that we had against Oklahoma City, it's like, all right, like that can't be, right? Yeah. Like that was not, he just did not show well in those playoffs, and obviously I'm going to give him a break on, and that was they had already moved to Isolo and more of a pick and roll based offense. Yeah. That offense, I am going to give him a pass on the season, much like I did Morant for a good portion of the season, where I say it was good for the collective. The offense was good for the collective, obviously by the numbers. It was not good for the best players, right? John Morant and Desmond Bane. I think, let me just say, you ain't going to hear us say a false word about Desmond Bane as a guy or a player. We're huge fans of Desmond Bane. I think he's going to be fantastic in Orlando. I do. I think he's going to be fantastic in Orlando.
That starting five
best
is
great. Catch and shoot, bro. They were at the bottom of the league in catch and shoot.
I also think that's a great fit.
Yeah.
I also think, and this has been interesting because we're going to get to all of the reactions to it, I also think that, and look, you are listening to a show that loves Desmond Bane. You cannot turn down 2 veteran role players and 4 picks for Desmond Bane. I'm sorry.
You can't do that on 2K. I tried to do it on 2K last night. They would not let me do it. So you can't turn that down.
Yeah. You can't turn that down. No. And you can say, well, Orlando's going to be good, so those picks are. It's the assets that are. And if there's anything that we have learned, it is that you never know. You never know. Yep. 2 years in a row, the Grizzlies were the 2 seed. The 2 seed. They won 56 games, and they won 51 games, and they were the 2 seed overall. And then the next year, they won 27 games because the whole thing went to hell, right? And so imagine if that pick was gone. Like, you just don't know the way this stuff's going to play out. Interestingly enough, when you go back to 2 years ago and you say, all right, Memphis was the 2 seed 2 years ago, right? You know who the 3 seed was? Take a stab.
What, 2 years ago?
Yep.
In the West?
In the
It
West?
was Denver. Was it Kings?
It was Sacramento.
It was
yeah,
Sacramento.
Yeah, it would be
Okay.
Sacramento.
That was a good King.
These things change fast.
Light the beam,
The point
yeah.
is, these things change fast, right?
Yeah.
The 3 seed was Sacramento.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things about it was one of those where it was like, oh my God, I can't believe they traded Desmond Bane, to, oh my God, I can't believe what they just got for Desmond Bane. Now, we will see what happens with the players that they attained, but Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has been a wing player on teams that have won titles.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And is a vet. I have told you there is a type of attitude and there is a type of veteran leadership. Somebody that's done some winning, right?
Somebody, yes.
That's what I want. I want somebody that's done some winning, right? And I do think that he could be a tremendous asset for the team. And obviously, both of those contracts, in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Cole Anthony, both fall into that range, as does Brandon Clark's, as does John Konchar's, where it's like, these are easy ones to pair with. You have all your own picks, too.
Yes.
So if you are trying to, and so I'm going to say this. I don't think the Desmond Bane trade is even close to, I don't think the roster that you look at today is going to look anything like the roster you see by the time we get to training camp. But that it is not being treated as such. The trade is generally being treated as, well, hold on now, they got worse, right? And so is this playing chess, right? Like,
long
okay,
game.
now we
Yeah.
are attempting, because we want to, if the idea is you want to build out the best way you possibly can around Jaren Jackson and John Morant, which, again, it is totally fair for people to say, well, that's a fool's errand, except one of the things, and again, I'm going to get to all of the reaction stuff, but they were the 2 seed and they won 56 games. And then they were the 2 seed and they won 51 games. And then they had like the season from hell and everybody got injured and they ended up tanking it out, right? The rest of the way, right? And then last year, they were the 2 seed for all the way up until mid-February. And then it went horribly wrong. Like, miserably wrong, to the point where they ended up firing the coach, right? Guys got injured, they fired the coach, they couldn't beat good teams, the schedule got harder, all of that stuff, all right? But this whole, like, and keep in mind, okay? This is the crazy thing to me. They had John Morant for 50 games last year, okay? They had John Morant for 50 of the 82 last year. They started a kid that they picked, was it 36th in the draft? Where was Wells? Was it 36?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
The second round.
The second
right?
round, yeah.
Okay, so they started him last year. They started the 36th pick in the draft. They started Zach Edey last year, who was, what, the 11th pick?
39th for...
Was Edey 11?
Edey was 9.
Nine,
Wells
I'm
was
sorry.
39. Yeah.
Okay, he was 39th
Yeah,
pick.
39.
So the 39th pick and the 9th pick in the NBA draft started. John Morant missed 50 games, right? And they were 2 games separated from the 3 seed. There was a 2-game difference between the 3 seed and the 8 seed.
Yeah.
And that's with all of that taking place. So how? How? It's just like everything else when we talk about the Grizzlies and the way the outside world views them. How did that happen? If they are so far, you know what I mean? And we admit, right? Like, they can't compete with Oklahoma City. But how are they 2 games behind everybody else? except for Houston,
Yeah.
who I didn't see them in the Western Conference Finals either, right?
Jaren put them on the back.
Like, you were somehow in the mix with all of these teams, and yet, this team is in need of blowing it up, I suppose. But look, there was a 2-game separation between the three, and look, forget 2, we could name 10 games that were like, oh my God, how did you lose those?
Oh, the three in a row. The three in a row.
The 3 in a row at home where you were winning all of them.
Hawks, Spurs, Knicks. Those are the ones that pop in my head.
3-game winners in a row at the buzzer.
Yeah, those jumps piss me off.
3. If you win those 3, and again, every team can probably do this, but I doubt it. I don't think teams lost 3 games
3 in a row at a buzzer.
home.
3 in a row
No,
at
but
buzzer.
3 buzzer beaters at home.
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
If you win those 3, you're the 3 seed.
Right.
And then what are people talking about? Right? But instead, you didn't.
And your coach got fired.
Yeah, right. And your coach got fired.
There's so many circumstances that happened last year, bro,
Yeah.
that are like so weird, and you still kind of like came out
Right.
decent.
And so here's what I will say. If this is the only move, of course. None of us are going to be happy with that.
I don't think there's.
Is this a move to be able to rebuild this team, to remake? How about this? Forget rebuild. Reshape this
the
team.
team. Like, we got our team, right? It's like putting a BBL.
you're
on-
retooling.
We putting a BBL on the team, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Brazilian butt lift over here. You know what I'm saying?
No, we got to find out if it's going to be made by a real doctor or if we're having to go to parts unknown to get this done.
Exactly. We're just remixing the team a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's a good trade.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's a good trade.
I love
You
my
have
dog.
to-
I love
you
my
have
dog.
to
No
make
way
that
around
trade.
it.
You
Like,
have to make that trade.
and the only people that are not saying that's a good trade for the Grizzlies, again, they're never going to say anything good. Honestly, number 2 is the media reaction. It took Desmond Bane leaving for anybody to like him. It's unbelievable. Desmond Bane got so much better the second he got traded out of Memphis. It's unbelievable. I hear people talking
from the
about
national
this.
pundits?
Oh my God!
Oh,
I heard lockdown defender.
Who?
I also.
Who said that?
You also have, and look, I heard my boss, Bill Simmons, I was driving in and I was listening to him and Russillo, and he was like, I was just at the NBA Finals, and Bane's the kind of guy you could put in a game like that. You could have watched the games versus Oklahoma City. He couldn't do anything.
No.
Yeah, I hate those nerds.
Anything. Like, he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Anything. He was 20 for 62.
I mean,
He couldn't do anything versus them. So, like, he couldn't be in that series against Oklahoma City. You know how I know? Because I watched it.
Yeah.
you watched it.
I watched
And then we had our boy.
I watched it.
we had
I
our boy
watched the
Windhorst.
series.
We had our boy Windhorst. So with this Desmond Bane trade, this is a sign the Grizzlies are gonna blow it up.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. On the Windhorst front, on Kevin O'Connor, with everybody else, there are a lot of, there's going to be people and teams and agents and everybody else around the league that are saying that.
Yeah.
And that, I'm going to defend them on this, right? Because it's fair. It is fair. It is fair, Devin. You may not like it.
Why would we blow a team up in a small market?
Here's what I'm telling you. The reason it's fair is because when people see a trade like this that makes you worse, their immediate reaction is that didn't make you better. And so our expectation is that it is a means to get better, right?
Yes,
that you made that trade to get
step.
better. There's a lot of people in the league, and in fairness, for good reason, that look at it and they go, "Oh wait, they're actively getting worse," right? Like, and again, I'm one of those that says context is everything. You look at last year and you had no John Morant for 50 games. You got literally nothing out of Marcus Smart. Nothing. Zero. And that was supposed to be your starting small forward last year. You started the 39th pick and you started the 9th pick and you were able to win 48 games somehow, some way, with a coach that got fired and a star player that never plays and whatever else. And you were 2 games away from what the record was for the 3 seed. Okay, that all happened. So, but what most people say again, there's no context to anything they're talking about in generally, right?
Yeah.
They don't pay attention to the Grizzlies.
That's what I'm saying, they don't pay
They've watched
attention.
Desmond Bane play 5 games in his life.
Yeah. Also,
They don't-
another thing too, he's durable as hell. Des plays games.
he's great.
Yeah, plays games.
Look, we love Desmond Bane. The return
Yeah,
the return is crazy.
Yeah. But shout out to, look, the Oklahoma City
You got
series
5
didn't
of
go
them kill
great.
Bridges, right?
And we lost.
5 picks?
We lost that play into Golden State. Dude, he was freaking awesome in that Warriors game.
Great.
Man. Dez was awesome in that Warriors game in San Francisco.
Absolutely fantastic, right? And maybe that's the one they watch.
Yeah, I just
No,
don't,
no,
I just
they
don't
do-
like when the conversation like gets like.
Well, no. So here's the blow it up thing.
It bothers me.
No,
Like, it's like,
because here's
come on.
what because you have to take into consideration. Let's just say Utah. Let's say Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Utah wasn't good enough, right? And then they traded Royce O'Neal, and you got the famous Windhorst double fingers.
What's
in the air,
going
right?
on here? Yeah.
And then what happened next? They traded Donovan Mitchell and they traded Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Right?
So he thinks
And
it's
so,
the same
no,
thing.
it's just it's
that's
not unfair to think
No,
that
what
a team could do that.
What it is when you do make a trade and trade one of your best players, and the crown jewel of the trade that you were getting back
He's a pick.
is a draft
picks.
pick.
Yeah.
That pick that's probably going to be Phoenix's first rounder next year because I think it's Washington or Phoenix.
Right.
Washington's pick is top 8 protected though, so it's most
Gonna be
likely
Phoenix's.
It's going to be Phoenix's pick, and that with what Phoenix is going to do, it could end up being a really good pick. That's the crown jewel, and when that's the crown jewel of a trade, that's what you get. You get people perking up, going, "Oh, what else is going on?"
Look, bro.
So.
I see it as like you're a small market, bro. You know how hard it is for small markets to do that to reload.
Well, the other thing
it's
is
like-
there's a lot of people that do not believe in building out around John Morant.
There's a lot of
and
people
Jaren
that
Jackson.
don't. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, let
but
them-
I do think you need to put it into context.
Yes.
That somehow, some way, when they have had, let's just say, forget Jaren Jackson playing, okay? When John Morant has played in basketball games for the Grizzlies, they have won 58% of their games, regardless of who the other guys on the court are. When Jaren Jackson Jr. has played in games, regardless of whether John Morant plays or not, they've won like 59% of their games. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, these have been winning players, no matter what you want to say. If you want to say they don't play enough, fine.
Yeah.
But don't tell me that you can't win with them because you were the 2 seed, you had a year from hell, and then you were the 2 seed last year, and that's with no Marcus Smart, that's with 50 games of John Morant, that's with starting 2 rookies. You were the 2 seed until the very end of the season.
And John had you up 30
And
on
you
OKC
missed
before he.
and you missed by 2 games. 2 games.
And the other thing that
was the
has it,
difference.
and the other thing that has it totally.
So what if they would have been the 3 seed? Then what? Are they close? Come on. And they get to the second round of the playoffs because they beat the 6 seed. I mean,
the other thing
again,
that totally hasn't
the
caught
the margins
on,
are thin.
Yeah, in the West, hell yeah.
But the other thing that totally hasn't caught on that we've been kind of touching on since the season ended is, you brought it up earlier, is the fact that, like, dude, you can't have 3 guys making that kind of money.
No, if you want to build a team around it, no, you can't.
For small market
If it's
teams
not
that-
good enough,
that
if
don't
it's
want
not-
to be like apron tax
Look,
teams,
here's
like,
the
you
thing.
just
You can if it's the absolute ideal
if
fit.
it's the yeah.
Right?
And that's very rare to have the absolute ideal thing in the NBA.
Which is John Morant, wing, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
In theory, it sounds good until you know what I'm saying, you break it down like that.
Well, it also has to be a wing that can defend.
Like Oklahoma
It can't
City,
be 2 small guys.
Theirs is the perfect
Oklahoma
one.
City,
Star,
but it is
wing, big.
for now because you're not having to pay Jaylon and Chet. Now, what happens if you have to pay when you pay Jaylon and Chet and SGA with that? The collective around that is not going to be as good. So those other guys are going to have to raise their
is,
level.
let's just say
It's
they
just
keep
tough.
Caldwell Pope, which I hope they do. Right?
I hope so too.
But Caldwell Pope is that's the guy that ends up guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
In the playoffs,
Right?
hell yeah.
And say whatever you want about the way he shot the ball last year. Their offense, I give him a break. He has been a 38. If there's one thing he is good at defense and he can knock down threes when he's open.
He has been.
Right? That has been his
Ain't he
thing.
a champ too?
That's
Right?
it, yeah, with
He's
the
a champ too, the
Lakers
Lakers.
and the Nuggets.
And even when you read like Kevin Pelton's breakdown or whatever, he is still an outstanding perimeter defender and was a big part of why their defense was so good last year. Right?
Yeah.
He is still the guy that draws the assignments.
Oh yeah, he shot 41 from trade, 42 from for that bad year in Orlando last year. 42 from Trey.
Which is a team without a point guard that does not pass the ball.
43 from Trey, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm going to give him a little bit of a break on what he shot last year. And tell you that I think this guy has got a long track record of being able to knock down open threes. And if there's anything that John Morant generates, it's open threes.
He loves wide open threes, bro. Come around that screen, call up, hope in the corner. Bow. I love it.
Hope so. That's the hope.
I mean, but that is what he does, and that is what Ja gets you wide open threes.
And he's a vet too, bro. I think we wanted a vet really
He'll be,
bad.
he's 32?
We wanted a vet presence on the roster.
Somebody that's won something. This is what I keep saying.
Yeah, vet presence
it was the idea of Marcus Smart was great.
Yeah, the idea.
Just because it was somebody in practice, not great.
Now, Dev, this was in our press release. You said, didn't he win a championship? He is one of 4 active players in the league to start for teams that have won titles on 2 different teams.
Damn right. Shout out Ross Wooden. Well, finding that.
LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, and Drew Holiday.
That's one of those.
Won titles for 2 different teams starting.
In fairness, that's our Thaddeus Young graphic.
That absolutely is.
That's our Thaddeus Young graphic.
We need to put that. We need to put that graphic out.
But he
That's a great graphic.
He is a guy that can knock down corner threes and defend.
Yeah.
And so, and I've always liked Cole Anthony. I like the energy. Yeah. I hope he's around too.
Rose, I think I'm with you. I've convinced myself if we do put it, because I am anti-draft picks. If we piece that together with a draft pick and make some shake, give me like a Mark Williams, give me a Daniel Gafford type big. I'm with it.
Yeah, Hollinger had that thing in his piece, that the Cole Anthony thing, because of how trades work now.
Right.
With this, you can bring back more. The Grizzlies can bring back $7 million more.
Oh wow!
So that puts them in the role for $20 million guys. You can't attach Cole Anthony for 2 months to another player. You can't. You're not allowed to. But you can attach picks to him. So you've got other picks you can mess with to say,
I don't want a pick.
PJ Washington.
Yeah, Walzer, PJ Washington. Or if you don't want PJ Washington, give me Daniel Gafford. I'll take
Gafford.
Here's what I will say: I defend my media brethren on the sense of like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
right.
Yapping, bro. Okay, your boy with the 40 or the 50th best player, he was out of pocket. He was out of pocket with
Kevin is just trying to get attention.
Yeah, he. I
mean, he knows he's got a lot of people from Memphis that listen to what he says, or follow him.
He was definitely out of pocket with that,
by virtue of the podcast, and I mean, that's crazy. Come on. He knows that.
You can't sit here and name.
No, that was insane.
You get engagement.
40 to 50 was insane.
Stop engagement for him in KOC.
It's good engagement.
Yeah, it is very
I
good.
I love Kevin, but I mean, I didn't even want. I mean, my day was spent with people tagging me with that, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
get your mans, bro.
This is goofy.
Yeah,
it's goofy. It's just goofy.
It is 40 to 50. Like some of the stuff he said about Ja is like, okay, that's fair, that's valid. But
that was facts. He messed it all up.
But then you messed it all up.
Here's the thing. This is what I keep asking. If John Morant is not that good, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is not that good,
then why does everybody want him?
No. Not why does everybody. How are the Grizzlies good? Every time they play.
How do they make the playoffs? If those guys are not good at all.
Or to your point, bro, if they're not that good, why do they always come up and, hey, this team X will love to have Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Morant.
The other thing that's funny,
like I bet they would.
I bet they would.
I never heard. We've spent 5 years with nobody caring about Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
Until yesterday.
Everybody cares. They already gave him a nickname, by the way.
Who?
The streets have already given Des a nickname. 3 Rex. Oh. That's actually pretty good.
3 Rex.
3 Rex is good.
3 Rex, man.
I think he's going to be great. I like that Orlando team. I think he's going to be great there. I do. I think he's going to be great there. And we love him. I just think it is the irony of all ironies is nobody has talked about Desmond Bane or cared at all. And then yesterday it was like
everybody started doing the Desmond Bane takes.
Yes.
Everybody found out Desmond Bane played for the Grizzlies yesterday.
It's just bizarre.
I can't believe nobody put up the new starting 5 of the Magic graphic and said, who's beating this starting 5?
They did. It was
out there?
It was on timeline.
It is an awesome. I mean, Suggs, Dez, Franz, Paolo, and Wendell Carter. Like that is an awesome starting five.
A lot of wide open shots.
Hey, and here's the crazy thing, and there's going to be people that say, the Grizzlies got fleeced or the Grizzlies fleeced the Magic or whatever. Like, honestly, this is one of those trades where I totally get it from both people's perspective. And look, if the Grizzlies do not make big changes this offseason with the assets they were given, my expectation, and this is what I wrote when I tweeted about it, I think he'll be great in Orlando. I think Orlando fans are really going to love him. I also think you cannot say no to 4 picks, a pick swap, and 2 assets, because if the Grizzlies don't use their assets to get better, this did not make them better.
No.
So the question is,
you took a step back to make a step
correct.
forward.
This has got to be a step back to take a step forward.
Yep.
And the offseason will then, and if they don't, then we'll kill them for it. Like,
for sure.
Well, you can't be taking a step back. You can't be worse. Because, look, right now, they've still got less players you want. Our issue was, this is not a small, fix in terms of building out around you have 2 guys, right? You had 3 guys, now you have 2 guys. And my opinion was, bro, you screwed up the other 2 spots. So now it cost you Bane.
Right.
Right? Because you had Dylan Brooks and you had Steven Adams, and you didn't get better at either spot.
Yeah.
Since that moment. Since the moment that we were playing against Warriors and the Lakers, and we're the 2 seed 2 years in a row, you didn't get better at either of those positions. Okay? Okay? Either one of them. And so now, so you could have argued, bro, your problem isn't the 3 guys, it's that you didn't build out the other ways. But with the price that Desmond Bane is now, it's like, okay, are you going to be able to be good enough at those other 2 spots?
Exactly.
Right?
And
if you're paying, because Jaren's going to be up for an extension, and then Ja's going to be up for an extension, and then all of a sudden you've got, once you gave Bane the max, now it's 3 maxes.
Yeah, so
of whatever they can do.
Now I see it through the prism of the teams we were watching out in the NBA Finals, like the Pacers, right? The Pacers got Hallie, they got Siakam. I see it through our vein. It's we got 12, we got 13. And I feel like Ja, I know Hallie's having a great postseason, whatever. I see Ja as better than Halliburton, as far as a player. And then Jaren's Jaren. Jaren is a better 2-way player than long-term.
And Jaren gets better every year,
so
man.
that's why I see it through the
better.
prism of the team we're watching now in the NBA Finals. Is okay, we shipped Dez out, okay, because that other 2 guard's gone. But now we got our 2, and you just figure out the other 3, and we're Gucci.
But that's the thing. You have to get a 3rd best player.
We do. And it don't have to be super cold. It can be a.
But you have to have a 3rd best player.
The Pacers' best player is who? Miles Turner.
But your 3rd best player cannot be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yes. No, I'm saying
whoever you want to say.
Make a move.
Or Jalen Wells or Zach Edey.
Yeah, I still want to see the move made, another move made. But I think for me, I'm seeing it through a prism of I'm watching the Pacers in the NBA Finals, and I'm like, okay, Hallie's the floor general. Yeah, Hallie's the floor general. Then you got your guy that works around the paint, the Siakam. They just wiggle around, make some wiggle room. I did just see something at Roser. Roser, you see it? You see the Santi thing?
No.
Matt Moore, HP Basketball, just put out that the Grizzlies are trying to work her to do a sign and trade for Santi Aldama.
I would believe that.
That they would sign and trade him?
Sign and trade to make room for Jaren's upcoming extension. So they want to get the extension done this summer. So it get some.
Keep your clothes on. Keep your clothes on. It's about to come off.
I don't know if they want to. And look, I just had a weekend where I ate some good food, so you probably don't want to see this belly.
I mean,
hey,
yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Look, they reshuffled over there. Hey, Rosie.
They're going to be remaking this team around John Jaren. Yeah. And the question is,
they're going to put size. I
just don't think it's fair to judge until judge it in a couple weeks.
I'll judge in a couple weeks
judge it in a couple weeks.
I was pessimistic about this offseason a little bit. I was super kind of pessimistic about it. I was like, please make a move.
This was a major move.
Yes.
And I think sign of things to come.
Yeah. If they
and they have every interest in competing. And again, to those that think they can't compete, how did they? Right. How were they 2 games away from the 3 seed? How? Yeah. If they all stink, how? How?
You gotta put the ball in the hole somehow.
How
boy.
were they?
Pause.
How did it happen?
Yeah, man.
Because you don't think Taylor Jenkins was good, and you think John never plays, and you think
Jaren
Jaren
sucks.
Jaren. So, was it Des? Des was carrying us to the 48 wins.
Always scoring.
How
20
did it
points.
happen?
It's
How? How were they 2 games worse than the 3 seed? Yeah. If they're that far away, people talk about us like we're the Heat.
yeah. We don't.
We weren't 15 games away from being the 2 seed.
Right.
We were 5.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I guess it's
we
the
were
way it ended.
3 buzzer-beating game winners from being the 3 seed.
I think it's the way it ended that blurs the vision, though. The coaching thing and how everything kind of went downhill. I think that's the way it blurs people's vision.
Of course.
And
And
they lose sight of like what the full bubble was. The full picture was.
And matchups.
And also,
matchups.
you also had John Morant for 2.5 playoff games.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has not made it through the playoffs.
He hasn't.
Look, if
Yeah, he
people
hasn't.
say you've got to get out of the John Morant business, but the difference between the John Morant business and the Zion business is we've been in the playoffs 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? We've been in the second round once. That's the difference. The difference is when John Morant plays, you win at a super high rate. That's the truth.
Yes.
When he does not play enough, we agree. He agrees. Everybody agrees. But when he does, they win damn near 60% of the games.
And for the playoffs, matchups matter.
And if you win 60% of your games, you've got a good seed.
Yeah. Your matchups matter too in the playoffs. Like Oklahoma City was a horrible matchup for us. It was all year in the regular season too. They were a bad matchup for everybody, but they killed us.
By the way, who was the 3 seed? Do you guys remember?
It was
season,
Denver.
It was the Lakers.
The Lakers
And
were the 3 seed.
how was their matchup?
Bad matchup.
Pack them up, smoke them up, put them in the pack.
Bad matchup.
I mean, that was. And again, we would have gotten stomped out by Minnesota too. Again, last year's team was not good enough.
Yeah, they're regular season.
But I'm just saying, like, how can you be so far away from where you need to be if you were if you were 2 games away from being the 3 seed?
Tweak it a little bit. Make
How
some
far
moves.
away? Why were they so far away?
Right.
That's my question to my media brethren. Why are they so far away? If they were 2 games difference than them in the 3 seed. And how do they do it?
No.
If John, Jaren aren't good enough, how do they do it?
This is
Told
why
you, bro, they see it through the weird. They see it through the.
I'm just saying. I'm
30,000 foot.
really wondering, how do they win? How? Just explain. What do you think?
Well, they don't watch them, so it's
No,
just
they don't
simulate.
watch the Grizzlies.
Okay, but how?
It's just simulate.
How do they win?
Yeah,
Just
how do
simulate
they
the
win?
game.
Who's good?
I mean, I think I know who's. I
No.
know who's good. Who do I think they think is good?
If the Grizzlies are closer to needing to tank than competing for a championship,
Look,
okay? No.
Yeah.
Even though they were 2 games away from teams that decidedly need to compete for championships,
Yes.
right? How?
I mean, I don't got the answer. I ain't got the answer, Sway. I mean, I'm with you.
How did they win 48 games?
They play hard.
Coaching? They fired their coach.
Well, okay, no. This is how they did it. They beat up on bad teams.
For a lot of it, they
beat the bad
we
teams.
did beat some bad
they
teams.
beat the bad, which is a sign that they play hard.
Yeah, they play
by the
hard.
way,
You play
because
hard to
they
beat bad
beat
teams
the
in the
bad
NBA.
teams. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, you beat up on bad teams.
because you see
in the NBA.
good teams lose to bad teams all the time through the course of a regular season. Like it just they're
The
like,
Knicks,
yeah,
the Knicks did that too, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, and our conversation all season was
Their record against good teams was terrible.
it was horrible.
Our conversation all season was they ain't beat nobody good. So that's probably what it is. Beat a lot of buns teams. But then when we started not beating bun teams, then the people started realizing, they may not be that good. So that may be it.
Still 48 wins.
It's a lot of wins.
Yeah, it's a lot of wins.
And we weren't good.
We weren't.
We weren't that
We didn't think we were that
We knew
good.
all year it was
All
fool's
year.
gold. We
Hey,
knew,
But
they still won games. I
I want to make I pray that we don't use that 16th pick.
The 16th pick?
I don't want to use it.
I think they'll use that. Maybe
I
we'll
don't
see.
want another rookie. I want
That's been a great range to find players.
Yeah.
It has.
for our window though.
Huh?
For our window.
I mean, again, it's
I
all
mean,
dependent on what the rest of it is.
Yeah.
what the rest of the offseason is.
I mean, Jaren's 25,
Right?
Ja's 25 or 26. Like, the window could be when they're, I mean.
But you can't really predict when the window is because we
Yeah.
thought our window was 8 years and our window shut.
It could be from now to the next 3 years.
You know what I'm saying? The window can close, bro. I just want to get our window, make sure this window that we have, how do we maximize the window we have now?
If there is a great,
Even if it's this big.
I don't mind them using 16 on a player. Again, it's all dependent on the rest of it,
Would
right?
you do this
If
offseason?
it's not to me, that's not a choice. It's not. Are you using the 16th pick on a player, or are you getting more veteran players to get better? Because you have all kinds of assets.
Yeah.
You have all kinds of assets going forward. Now, you've got contracts and picks in order to be able to attain. Now, again, they've got to get done what they haven't gotten done, right? That's the deal here. They have to get done what they haven't been able to get done because you had Marcus Smart and you moved off of him and got nothing in return, like literally nothing. You got nothing back except some space. And it's like, bro, we're tired of hearing about, hey, the Grizzlies might trade for OG Anunoby, and the Grizzlies might trade for Mikal Bridges, and the Grizzlies might trade for Dorian Finney-Smith, and the Grizzlies might trade for Jimmy Butler, and the Grizzlies might play for. Make it happen.
And that's why.
Like,
That's why
it's
when
not
this-
cutting time, bro.
Yeah, it
we
really
don't
is.
care. Your assets are cool. We like them. Cool assets, bro.
Cool assets. It's crazy.
Make a deal.
Yeah.
Bring in somebody, right?
I'm
So
with
they
you.
got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Cole Anthony. That's fine. But, like, you've got these assets. You've got the contracts. You've got the picks. Now, you're remaking your team around Ja and Jaren and make this team better. Like, I don't want to hear about they almost got a deal done for or they were at the doorstep of or whatever.
I don't care
right?
about that part anymore. I don't
Because,
care about
again,
that anymore.
trading Desmond Bane makes you worse. Everybody knows that. So now, what are you going to do the rest of the offseason to make you better?
Yeah.
We need to look at the end of this offseason and say that press conference, when he said we're not close and we've got to get better, that they got better.
Yeah.
Right? This was, and it is a step back to take a step forward. And so you have attained all these assets. Now the assets got to be used to actually get better.
The
I don't
one
wanna-
thing
I don't want to
they-
hear the F word when we had our training camp. The F word, the flexibility word. I don't wanna
Okay,
hear
well,
that.
that's the word I was about to give you.
I
That is
don't wanna
something
hear
they
the
did
F
not
word.
have going into this offseason. They did not have flexibility, and now they do have
You do have
some.
it. You use the
Now
flexibility.
use the
Do
flexibility
some yoga.
to
Do some
get
yoga.
yourself better.
And I've always,
Yeah.
and I've also told you many
Getting down
times,
dog.
it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a home run.
No.
Right? It's what we talked about.
No, it
right?
doesn't.
Like it feels like every time you get to the doorstep of these ones, like it's like the ideal situation, and then if the ideal situation's, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you could just get better.
You can get better.
right?
Because you got
Yeah.
your stars, bro. You have your two guys.
Right.
You got them. Like you said, just hit some singles. Make a piece. Get a piece here. Get
Yeah.
a piece there.
The-
then you build the puzzle. Now you got a championship team.
And too, like the blowing it up stuff. Like literally look at the NBA Finals. Now they did it two different ways, but the Pacers, we literally have talked about. They have not had a top 5 pick since 1988. Like they live in the middle generally in the NBA. That is where they live.
Well, and there's only
And
one
boom.
top 5 pick on the other team.
Yeah,
Yeah, so.
There's
Chet.
one. That's
Chet.
it.
Yeah, Chet's
It's
the
Chet.
only one.
Chet's
That's
the
it.
only one?
Jaylon was late lottery. Shea was late lottery. Yeah,
All of them.
and Matherin was 6th.
And what
For
was
Indiana.
what's the name? Nimhar, because that boy be.
He was
talking about
second
playoff
round. He
risers,
was
boy.
like early second round. He was like 31, 32.
That's a riser
The
right
other
there.
thing that trips me out,
That's a riser right there, boy.
the other thing that trips me out is people talk.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead. No, Popio is twin.
Cook.
Come on.
Why do people talk about blowing it up like that is a reasonable
I know, right?
way to build a franchise? You just watched all those teams get screwed. You
Yeah.
just watched all of them. Go tell Utah that was worth it.
See?
Go tell the Wizards it was worth it. Go up and down that draft. Go up and down. And tell those fans and tell those franchises that this was a smart way to build your team. Because now they're all having to pivot.
Yep.
And be like, wait, like, bro, the odds, we were the beneficiary of the odds when the year we got the number 2 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Right? Because the odds have evened out. But you look right now, go look at that. Like, you tanked all year to be terrible, and Cooper Flagg's about to play for the Mavs?
Exactly. Exactly. The lottery ain't a guarantee, bro. You're not guaranteed to get that pick that you think you're going to get.
And it was, I think Adam Silver was on, it was either at the press conference he did before the finals or he was on ESPN's pregame show, and he basically was like, they're asking him about this, about the lottery, and he's like, this is what the lottery is for. It's to keep teams from trying to lose on purpose. We don't want them losing on purpose.
And look, and if it's, quote, rigged, like everybody says it's rigged, the rigging is, hey, all of you that make a mockery of basketball and make it so none of your home fans want to go and none of the teams that you play on the road against want to go, you don't get rewarded.
No.
If it's rigged, it's them not getting rewarded.
That's why the one horse thing bothered me.
Because the Spurs got the second pick.
Yes. Yeah, that's why the one horse thing bothered me. Because like, why would we do that? That's like shitting on our fans, literally. Like look at Utah, bro. They had to put up on the graphic. Get excited for Jazz basketball. Walker Kessler, Keontae George, and name a player.
Lauri Markkanen.
Like who? Like what fan is excited about that, bro?
New Orleans. What pick did they get?
What they get? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
What pick does New Orleans have?
What pick does New Orleans have?
In the draft. You tell me.
Do they or did they trade their?
They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
That was fun. How many games they win?
3.
I'm serious. How
There's
many
not
games
a lot. Their whole team, they were decimated by injury.
Oh, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, we did that already. We've done that before, Rosa.
They won 21. They were 21-61.
That's tough.
At home, they were 14-27. Yeah.
So they won 21 games to get the 7th pick in the draft.
Disgusting.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why the one horse thing bothered me the most. It's like, bro, don't tell us why would you say that if you know the struggle small market teams have at getting back off the mat? You know.
Well, the other interesting thing is that like the reference point that I brought up earlier when I was defending my national media brethren was to say, hey, once upon a time, Utah did this. They just decided to go the other direction. Okay.
We're still waiting.
How is it working out?
Yeah, there are.
Is that something you would want to go? You know what? That's a good path to go. The Utah path?
No, there are
right now.
There are some people who.
Would you rather have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert still?
Yeah,
or Cody Williams and Keontae George.
Keontae George just took another shot.
Exactly. Get out of here, bro. Like, come on, bro.
There are some there are some media members. It's like your world of what the NBA would be if you were in charge is everybody would suck and everybody would have 1 million draft picks. But nobody could ever get good because then they just trade those picks for more picks. And like we just
Washington
have picks.
how it's going for them, bro.
I mean,
they ain't been good since Gilbert Arenas was there.
No,
it's not a plan. And the other thing is you have John Moran and Jaren Jackson Jr., who, that's fine. You guys think they stink. I don't know how they win. I don't know. When they play, the team wins.
Damn right, bro.
That's true. It's undeniable fact.
Oh.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Because they're not that good. I mean, unless you, and it's not like we had Red Auerbach. So how do they win?
This man said Red Auerbach.
How did they win? He might be
finish
Auerbach.
Oh,
he might be finish Auerbach.
Hey,
yeah, he might be finish
maybe
Auerbach.
Get ready for how amazing Taylor is when he gets the Knicks job.
Oh no, they're gonna They finna spin zone the crap out of that one, bro. They finna do it.
I swear to God, none of these people talked about Desmond Bane one time in life.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew he played for us.
And the second he got traded to Orlando, it's like, ooh, Orlando, sneaky title contender now. What? They've never been out of the first round.
Shout out Dez, man. Good for the city, man. Good for the man.
Great
good
guy.
human, bro.
Yeah. We love Desmond Bane.
He one of them dudes, bro. Like you want to, like when people get drafted here, you want them to connect with the city and do things in the city. Just not just play for the Grizzlies,
That's right.
And I think Dez did that, bro. Like whether it's like doing stuff in the community. What is this? This a shot?
Yep.
Shout out Dez, man.
It's also another one of those guys that got married in Memphis, had his first kid in Memphis, and it's like, yeah, we watched him grow up.
He was a Tiger. He was going to Tiger football games, bro. Giving out backpacks, and I guarantee you in Memphis, bro. almost every person in Memphis has a selfie with Desmond Bane.
Let me tell you
I
something.
guarantee almost everybody got a selfie with Desmond.
I went over last night to give my dad his Father's Day card.
Yeah.
And
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Yeah, bro. I just got to text you that yesterday. by the
You
way.
and your dad, Bill Vernon.
my mom was pissed. Pissed.
What happened?
About what?
She loves Desmond Bane.
Oh no, the women, bro. The
My
women.
mom-
Memphis, it
my
was
mom-
it was
my
a rough
mom-
day.
Big crash out on Twitter from the ladies of Grizz Twitter.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
My mom is pissed.
Yeah, the
Yes.
women of Grizz Twitter were not happy.
No, she's like, your dad told me we traded Desmond Bane. I'm like, which is so crazy that he's the one that, number one, I have no idea how he found out. Because he doesn't know anything. Number two, I swear to God, he called me yesterday afternoon out of nowhere. And I think it's about Father's Day, right? I'm like, hey man, happy Father's Day. And he's like, hey, yeah, you too. Hey, so what I was calling about, he's like, I was watching the U.S. Open, and he's like, and Tiger was like going to a playoff, but then like now, it's like Sam Burns or whatever. And I was like, no way.
Oh no.
I'm like, no way. Bro, you know, they had this long
They had a long delay, yeah.
In the,
Oh, he's watching the old one.
And they just
the
started.
2008 U.S. Open third round at Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, did it not dawn on you that Tiger Woods is like 30?
It didn't.
I was like, Dad, that's 17 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. And I was like,
Tiger wearing one of those baggy red shirts.
He's like, so the thing I'm watching now, he's like, that's like the current one that's live? And I'm like, yes, Dad. They were showing an old U.S. Open with Tiger playing while the rain delay. And he was like, oh. So how did my dad know that Desmond Bane got traded is the question. He didn't even know that Tiger Woods wasn't actively in contention for the U.S.
Who called him and told him?
I was like, Dad, what is going on,
But he
bro?
knew Desmond Bane got traded.
Right? How did he deliver that news to my mom? I should have asked.
Yeah, you should
How?
ask. You need to find out. How did he get the Desmond Bane news?
Yeah.
Because I got it in church. I was sitting there with my dad at church, and I got calls.
How did he know?
Yeah, how did he know?
Yet he's watching 2008, and he's like, Tiger was going to a playoff grid. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Dad.
Like, you could tell by the quality of the video.
Right. And Tiger Woods probably having
He's
on
also 30!
Yeah.
Tiger Woods is 47
He's
years
also
old
wearing
now.
a shirt that's like 5 sizes too big for him.
And it's at Torrey Pines!
Yeah. Tiger used to
San
wear
Diego!
Tiger used to wear those polos that would like
The baggy joints.
they'd come down to like
Yeah, the
there.
Kobe
The
No, he's
sleeve
wearing a
would.
sweater vest.
Oh, you're the sweater
Oh,
vest?
yeah,
Yeah.
the sweater vest on.
That was a sweater vest and a polo.
People still wear sweater vests.
Nah.
Quarter zips kind of replaced the sweater vest, hadn't it?
Yeah,
Little bit.
it really has.
Little bit.
But that's hilarious, bro, that he found out that way, bro. I will say, there was at least, like, I got at least 4 or 5 texts. From
What?
Someone said you need to go to your dad's television and put the Jordan Bulls Game 6 playoffs against the Jazz on and see if he calls you and be like, Jordan's coming back against the Jazz.
Unbelievable.
Vernon, you see Jordan made a comeback?
That dude said Tiger was about to go to a playoff, and I was like, in 2008 he was?
That's
Literally
crazy.
2008.
Bro, that's hilarious, bro.
It was hilarious.
That's wild.
He was like, so this Sam Burns, he's like, what I'm watching now is live. And I was like, yes, Dad. He's like, oh, okay.
Shout out to Bill Vernon.
Unbelievable.
Shout out, man.
Happy Father's Day,
Happy
Bill
Father's
Vernon.
Day, man.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I knew there was going to be people that were like, I don't,
Like what?
poor guy.
Oh, your pops?
I just figured there's going to be some old people that happens to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
You know
yeah.
it'd be your dad.
I didn't know it'd be my
And,
own father.
and sorry for
I
the.
figured
and-
my dad would know. But I mean, again, he's wearing 2 different masks, bro. How did he tell my mom about Desmond Bane?
Yeah, that is-
How did you even know? He doesn't look at the internet.
He's watching.
He doesn't.
He's watching the
except
Golf
for
Channel.
like shop.
Yeah.
or pay bills.
Yeah, and he's watching the Golf Channel, so it didn't
No,
come
it
up
was
on
on NBC.
Yeah,
so
one on the
I
bottom.
don't know. Maybe
Because NBC ain't breaking in to tell
But
you
what about the
Desmond
ticker?
Bane
He
trade.
says the ticker, doesn't he?
I mean, maybe like.
Does he get
I don't know.
notification
Maybe
on, like,
he
an
maybe,
iPad?
Maybe there was some like notification.
It came on the
something.
iPad or something?
Grizzlies notification or something. I don't know. It's outrageous.
Hey, man.
My mom was mortified.
Yeah. Oh no, the ladies of Grizz Twitter. I'm sorry.
Not just the ladies of Grizz Twitter, the ladies of Memphis.
The ladies of Memphis are upset.
Yeah,
they've taken the curl bar out of the weight room.
Also, and this has not been talked about a lot. What commercial are we going to run 750 million times every Grizzlies broadcast?
Yeah.
About if Desmond Bane going downtown with his wife isn't available, we're going to have to bring back. I'm outside, I'm cooped down.
They need to bring that back. They need to bring that one back.
No, we can leave that one where it is, bro.
Get the
get Jaylon Williams to record one.
Get OJ Mayo talking about breakfast. Remember that one?
Get Jaylon Williams to record one. He'll happily do one. City of Memphis commercial. You know what I'm saying? Good guy. But yeah, Memphis football. He was supporting Memphis football, bro. He supported like the local community. He was supporting like little kids football teams. That was a real one, bro.
Yeah,
a real one.
He was outside.
I asked him to come on the show last summer. It was like off the drip. It was no hesitation, bro. I got you.
We love Desmond Bane.
We all got to get.
We'll be rooting for him in Orlando.
Absolutely.
And Orlando's always been one of those teams that I like rooting for anyway because they're like doesn't affect us at all.
Right.
Bro, somebody said.
What?
Vernon's dad can be like, Vernon, what do you mean Kobe scored 81 points right now?
My dad, I need to just tell my dad to like flip on ESPN Classic and watch it. Be like, you're not gonna believe this.
I'm not gonna believe this. Kobe just scored 81 in the NBA game. Shout out Des, man.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back into this. Chris Vernon Show.
Is your child a natural-born entertainer? Now is their chance to join the most talented youth dance crew in the Mid-South, the Blue Bunch. The Blue Bunch entertains Grizz Nation with their energetic dance routines and even have the opportunity to collaborate on performances with leading artists in the entertainment industry. Kids ages 7 to 17 are invited to show off their skills and personality for their chance to join the next generation of NBA entertainers. Open auditions are Saturday, June 28th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up at Open Call Auditions Saturday, July 26th at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni. Ja Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Tigers are going to play in November in the Bahamas, the Baha Mar tournament, and the other teams expected to be there. Purdue, Wake Forest, and possibly Texas Tech. So Texas Tech's going to be good. Purdue's going to be good. If you don't have a roster that puts you in that same conversation, it could be a tough trip to the Bahamas.
Yep.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right. Obviously, it was a massive story with the Bane thing, so we spent a tremendous amount of time with it. So we're going to get to the rest of the 10 things from the weekend. Number 3, finals game 4. All right, so, I'm sorry, 5. I'm sorry, game 5. Game 4, I've tried to erase from my memory.
It's a great game.
111 to 104. Oh, really, Roser? Because you've always been a huge proponent of 48-minute basketball games with 71 free throws in them.
I know.
71?
Yeah, they messed up the
71?
These finals games, all of them have been long.
71 free throws.
It's egregious.
No, they messed up the flow of the finals, but the finals have been flowing well.
The fourth quarter, I thought the game flowed well, except the fourth quarter.
Shut up.
The first 3 quarters were fine.
I thought the game flowed well.
It did. The first three quarters were fine. The fourth quarter
The Pacers blew it. And look, that will be the one. We talked about this with the game 4 thing. It's like, bro, this is the one that's going to, because look, we thought that whoever won that game had a extremely good chance of winning the series. And the Pacers were there for it the entire game. And then, look, you get into crunch time like that, and that I would have thought favored the Pacers, right? Especially given how great Halliburton has been down the stretch of games and because they were at home, right? Yeah, and instead, Gilgeous-Alexander was the one. I mean, that was an MVP performance when they needed it most. He got every BS call in the world.
He traveled so bad.
He traveled so bad.
He's Derrick Henry.
But
Derrick Henry people.
But on the other end, you've got the Halliburton step back air ball. They just didn't.
Benedict Mathurin did his Nick Anderson impression.
Oh boy, that last minute for him was probably
missing free throws. By the way,
the Mathurin free throws were crazy,
bro. My guy saw he was saying
the nerves.
George Hill up there, boy. But I got the free throw numbers. Game 1, 45. Game 2, 59. Game 3, 52. Game 4, 71.
71 free throws.
It took 42 minutes to play the fourth quarter.
71 free throws. All right, look, this has been a great matchup. It has.
Yes.
Nip and tuck.
It's been a great matchup. I don't know what's going to happen in Game 5. Obviously, the Thunder are heavy favorites in the game. But look, if there's anything that we have learned, it's like that we talked about this going into Game 4, which is after Game 3 took place and there wasn't some kind of crazy circumstances that led to their win. It wasn't like they shot the hell out of the ball from 3. It wasn't like they took a lot more free throws. It was kind of a straight up game, and they had all kinds of steals and blocks and everything else in that game. That once you got to Game 4, it's like, bro, we need to stop treating this like it's one team is a massive underdog, because they're playing this thing. This is great competition between them. Game 2 notwithstanding, which, again, that was a little extenuating circumstances with the way Game 1 ended, right? You expected in game 2. I mean, I think everybody expected game 2 was going to be an almost impossible feat for Indiana to be able to win it. But look,
I'm scared, Vernon.
Huh?
I'm worried that
look,
that they let the game that they should not have let slip between their fingers. They let it slip between their fingers.
I agree with you. And
the
look,
one they
Oklahoma
should
City
not.
is
Oklahoma City did it in game 1, though.
Dude, they're 9.5-point favorites tonight.
Oklahoma City should have had game 1, and they let that slip through their fingers.
Well,
And so Indiana let
here's
that
what I'll
slip.
say. Again, I'm not going to get too pressed about tonight. I do not think Indiana will lose game 6 at home.
Nah.
I don't. So
We're
it's
going
either
7.
Huh?
We're going 7.
It's either
I'm with it.
Indiana closes it out and wins tonight and wins 6, or I think it'll go 7. I just don't. I don't think Indiana will lose 6 at home. I don't.
No.
I don't.
Even though they let game 4 slip away. They had control of the game. They let it slip away.
No, if they lose this series, that will be the one.
Yep,
and they had it. They had it.
Like, I felt great.
They had them dead to rights.
Bro, they was
we were talking so crazy.
Talking crazy.
I know. We were so reckless.
Oh, yeah, y'all
Crazy.
were.
And then they got every call.
Yeah. I would never, the SGA
Every call.
drive down the left.
Every call.
Drive down the left
Mathering.
side, push off, fall to my legs, travel, then I step back and shoot it.
71 free throws. 71 free throws. That's just not the game that they can play. That destroys the pace.
Look at this. Look at
Oh
that.
my God.
Look at that, Rosa. How about you? What's your excuse for that crap?
Why didn't he just walk all the way to the bench?
Superstars make superstar plays and get superstar calls.
God.
Look at that push
Forearm shiver travel.
Oh, whatever. Neesmith fouls like crazy all the time, too.
Forearm shiver travel.
You can't
That should
Heisman me,
be. No,
Rosa.
Neesmith deserved it.
Hey,
he fouls all the
you
time.
can't Heisman me before you shoot a jump shot, bro.
Hey, you remember how like when you used to flip over, like if you like had Sega Genesis and like NBA Live 95 and you'd flip it over and it'd be like, dude, Tim Hardaway's UTEP.
The UTEP two-step.
UTEP two-step, right?
Yeah.
The killer crossover, UTEP two-step, right? Whatever. I heard that they're going to bring Live back and they're going to have the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander forearm shiver travel.
Go create 25 meters of space.
Stiff arm walk. The SGA stiff arm walk.
Come on, bro.
That's gross.
Come on, Rosa.
Call it. And how about
The extender's got to call it. He's right there.
How about-
He literally just looked at him do it.
He's just looking right at it.
Dude, I saw the funniest Instagram video this morning, and they're like, "There's a lot of casuals."
A lot of casuals.
Yes. And they show Lou Dort forearm shivering Tyrese Halliburton to the ground.
Oh, he did, like,
on the free
he
throw.
body checked
and they
him.
said, "There's a lot of casuals that think this is a foul." Let me show you right here. And then they do the video breakdown. He goes, Lou Dort is wearing blue. That indicates he plays for the Thunder. Therefore, that is not a foul. I loved it.
That's funny.
And it said, now, if he would have been wearing yellow, indeed, that would have been a foul.
Jaylon, play the video I just sent you, bro. Look at this man. He ain't even playing basketball, bro. He think he playing slam ball. Play the clip, Jaylon.
Lou Dort?
Yeah, bro. Play the clip I just sent you, bro. I know I just said it, but you know.
You can't do that. You always. Why do you do that to him?
My bad.
And then he's got to hate your guts.
That's my dog, man.
No.
Look at that. Come on, bro. That's not basketball, bro. Look come on. You can't two-hand shove people to get the basketball.
Yes, you can.
That is not bad. That's not a foul.
Roser, he two-hand shoved
no,
him.
He's light.
This is assault.
Halliburton is light. Halliburton's light. That ain't bad.
That's assault, brother.
That ain't
bro.
bad.
That's
That is
football,
assault,
bro.
brother.
Nah, that
That's
ain't
Patrick
bad.
Willis, bro.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Thunder up. Go Thunder.
Oh, go to hell.
yeah.
The
You
thunder
would-
rolls. Lightning and the thunder. The thunder.
Number 4. Pete Thamel, don't get me excited.
Uh-oh.
University of Memphis continues to be mentioned in conference realignment discussions. Writes the Daily Memphian. In a report Sunday night, that's last night, ESPN's Pete Thamel
I trust him.
called Memphis, an American Athletic Conference member, the most interesting chess piece for future realignment outside of the power leagues. But Thamel stated that there doesn't appear to be much immediate interest in Memphis from the power leagues, and that if Memphis can't get into a power conference as a full member in the next few years, then there's likely to be a further exploration of some type of split conference affiliation. Okay? So here's the deal. Pac-12 officials have discussed the idea of Memphis joining as a football-only member.
Okay.
With the rest of Tiger sport heading to the Big East.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, bro.
So then the travel, pull up the Big East.
Big East.
So then the travel is only for the road. You know what I mean? It's only a football problem, right? You're not.
Oh yes.
It's only a football problem, so you're not having to worry about, your women's softball team doesn't have to go play San Diego State or whatever, right?
Right.
You said Big
And go
East for
all the way
basketball?
across the country because, So it would be the split conference affiliation would be that you would play football in the Pac-12 and you would play basketball in the Big East.
Oh, this is, bro. The Big
That's
East
ideal. I know.
St. John's, Creighton, UConn, Villanova, Georgetown, DePaul, Seton Hall, Xavier. But come on, bro. Hey. I
So
ain't
here's
check
the
the
deal.
Pac-12. I don't care
Dan
about that.
Wolken first reported last September that Memphis had actually engaged the Big East to explore the possibility of joining basketball and other sports while going to the Pac-12 in football only. This would allow Memphis to maximize basketball revenue against strong competition and save the travel of non-revenue sports going out west. Dude, don't get me excited.
Yeah, bro.
That is so much better than just being in the Pac-12.
Yes. A split joint?
Yes.
Yes.
If you could somehow pull
Yes.
this off, Ed
Please.
Scott, I'll build you a statue.
No, for real.
We'll have an Ed Scott statue
We'll
in
build
here.
a statue in the studio.
You'll be part of our setup every day.
We'll
the
build an Ed Scott statue right
When
here.
Memphis Athletic Director Ed Scott spoke to a reporter September 26th about the Tigers' decision to turn down the Pac-12 and remain in the AAC, he said the choice was primarily made due to less than ideal financial terms that were presented to the Memphis by the Pac-12 and the Pac-12's then non-existent media rights deal. Okay, and so the expectation in the Pac-12 is that no movement for Memphis to the Pac-12 Big East would be expected to be seriously discussed until at least the 27-28 start date.
2 seasons?
Yep.
That's not bad.
Yeah, we got 2 years.
I mean, bro, can you just imagine?
Of all the possible scenarios that have been thrown out there of what can happen with Memphis, in the absence of being able to get to a Power 5 or Power 4 conference, which that seems like look, everybody has said no to you.
Yeah.
Right? They have looked at you and they have taken your peers and not you. In the absence of being able to do that, so if we just accept, okay, we're not getting in one of those, right? Like the Big 12 even needed teams, and they still didn't ask you.
Yeah.
They asked a bunch of your friends and didn't ask you. So nobody wants us.
Yeah, this
By far, the most interesting and best solution to getting out of the AAC.
Home game
is
against-
being able to play football in the Pac-12 and be able to play basketball in the Big East. That would be amazing.
Home games against Rick Pitino, St.
Oh, it'd be
John's,
amazing.
Dan Hurley, UConn, the lineage of Georgetown.
Big East is a great basketball
Yeah,
conference.
Big East is a great conference.
Bro, hell, DePaul.
Great.
Yeah, bro, I'm with. How can
Butler?
Butler.
Look
like,
at all those teams that have been in the Final Four.
I'm saying,
and look
bro.
at all those teams that have been tournament teams.
Xavier. I'm saying Marquette. I'm saying like
Great conference.
Make this happen, bro. Whoever we got to talk to. Get
Being in the Big East for basketball and being in the Pac-12 for football is that's a dream.
It would be awesome.
And it also does solve the whole going out west.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
You can't be sending your volleyball team out west.
It does.
the rifle team,
right?
It makes very little sense to have Memphis women's volleyball playing in Pullman, Washington against Washington State
Right.
and Corvallis against Oregon State. But if it's what are you talking? 3 football games? 4 football games?
It's a lot easier to handle.
Huh?
It's a lot easier, yeah.
3 or 4 road games?
Yeah, because
so what?
Yeah.
And who knows what happens in 2 years? Like dude, college sports could change even more.
Bro,
I mean,
who's in
it's
the
going to
Pac-12?
change in more
Is it
than
just
2
two
years.
teams in the Pac-12?
Huh?
Is it just 2 teams?
Well, no, but it's going to be Boise and like Fresno State
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
and
vibe.
some of
So that's good for both sports.
Yep.
for like scheduling front.
San Diego State, I think, is going to be part of it. Like, there's going to be,
You home games against Boise State. Yeah, I need this to happen, bro. ASAP. ASAP Rocky, bro. Who we gotta talk to make this happen?
Well, it's 27-28. There's a lot that can happen.
The ones that are
between now and then.
forming Oregon State, Washington State is its foundation, adding several schools from the Mountain West: Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, alongside Utah State, and then Gonzaga as a non-football playing member.
So they'll be in there.
So we could go football, right?
Yeah. So Gonzaga would.
Gonzaga's got a spot in the conference, but they
Yeah.
can play the basketball. We'll play the football.
Yeah.
I'm with this.
That'd be cool.
Give me this. I want this.
Yep.
Put me in this
too.
conference.
Number 5, J.J. Spaun won the U.S. Open. Well, this was super exciting the way it played out at the end. There was only one player that was under par. And J.J. Spaun is a super interesting cat because he was like not some kind of like country club kid that was like an amazing junior and he walked on at San Diego State. Like, and I was looking last night after he won the thing, and I was looking. He's made $18 million, and you don't even know who he is.
This year?
No, in his career.
Oh, his career. Well, he made 4 of it yesterday.
He was talking about how,
pro in
and I
2012.
watched his post-game or post-round press conference. He was talking about how, like, there was a moment, especially now, that he's got, like, a wife and kids and whatever, and he was like, you know, if I don't make the 125, like, that might be it. You know what I mean? Like, we had Braden Thornberry in here last week, and it's like, you know, I got to make the 125 to keep my card and everything. And he's like, and I played terribly at the beginning of last season. He goes, and then I got hot at the end of last season, and I was able to get in the 125. He's like, but there was for sure a moment where I was like, you know, if you would have told me that I made it to the PGA Tour and had a good 8-9 year run and whatever, and then I was like, boy, he sure is talking like a guy that's set. And then I went and looked at his career earnings. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
J.J. Spaun made $18 million. He's made a lot of top 25s, right?
And I
they
thought-
pay you a lot to make those.
I thought the thing I saw yesterday, that his day started at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Because his daughter woke up in the middle of the night throwing up, so he had to go to CVS at 3 in the morning. Like, that's, yeah.
Dang, bro.
Happy Father's Day.
Also at the very end, like, it is an all-time. That's why I wore the NBC Sports today in honor of Dan Hicks, because at the end of the round yesterday, that replay is unbelievable. I was watching it live, but when he's like, he just needs to cozy this up there, a 2-putt wins. Here's a 2-putt to win the U.S. Open. And then he hits it, and Dan Hicks yells, "How about one?" Dude, making a 65-foot par putt or a birdie putt to win the U.S. Open he's like, even in the press conference, J.J. Spaun's like, I know, that's like a fairy tale.
Dude,
it's crazy.
That putt was insane, and I didn't get to see most of his round. I didn't really get to see until like the last 3 holes. Boy, he made a couple of just. He had like a 22-footer, hit like a 40-footer, and then that one.
Do you know?
He had a bunch of awesome putts
and
yesterday.
The other thing is he stuck with it. You know, he shot a 40 on the front. He came out yesterday at the top and bogeyed 5 of the first 6 holes.
Well, he had
then fought his way back into it.
I saw the replay of the one where he hit the flag stick and he just went
crazy.
This dude was a
rolling.
kid. He got hit by a car while he was skateboarding.
Yep.
Damn.
He can.
What the hell?
He's a Southern California kid.
He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
So the diabetes thing. You guys were here. Remember, KK Dixon, Kira was doing the thing, and I was telling you guys about him. That's the guy I was telling you about on Friday. She was doing the report because he has to walk around with this like seed toast and peanut butter, and he has to keep his blood sugar up the whole time.
That's crazy. Shout out JJ, man.
By the way, you guys know my buddy Byron. Byron sends this to, it's the funniest thing ever. So J.J. Spaun rented the house next to Byron, like my buddy. This for the FedEx St. Jude 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And so they're walking outside, and J.J. Spawn's like, hey, he rented the guy's house that lives next door to him. So the next morning, Byron goes and he buys a bunch of Gibson's donuts and delivers them to J.J. Spaun as like a,
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Byron starts telling everybody, like, hey, I got this golfer living next to me, JJ Spaun, blah, 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 blah. You know, I just brought a bunch of... And one of our friends was like, bro, he's diabetic.
Oh, gosh.
And he's like, oh, no. He's like, am I going to kill JJ Spaun?
Oh, God.
He literally gave a diabetic guy a box, and we have busted his
A
ass
box
over
of
that.
donuts is
Hilarious.
crazy.
To give a guy a dozen donuts, it's a type 2 diabetic who has...
Crazy.
He could eat like maybe like a piece of one.
It's maybe like the worst welcome gift ever for being in the
wild.
Hey, welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the
He just
neighborhood,
I mean,
yeah.
Just being a
talk
nice
about
guy.
not knowing his background. I mean, who
Yeah.
would know? But anyway, he does. He has to like keep his. he
Damn,
has to keep his
man.
blood sugar, or else his energy will dip real low. And like, it was a cool story because all of this has been like you get used to the Scotties and the Rorys and the whatever. This is like a true underdog, like to pull that off and to be the only guy under par by virtue of hitting the birdie was super cool.
Yeah.
It was a great way to end a. It was a great way to end a major.
Shout out,
The other thing is it went late because of that rain delay, of which my dad thought Tiger Woods was.
Respawning and
It would have been
golf.
super. It would have been super exciting if Tiger Woods won it.
That's still insane, bro.
I know.
That's
All
insane.
right, take a quick break. We'll come back with what we watch. Chris Vernon Show.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, Ja Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, let's get back to it. Number 6. What'd you watch? Oh, man. Wait till you hear what I watched.
Oh, you watched something?
Yeah, because what night was it? So the game was on. This is a weird weekend. So last night didn't because the U.S. Open went pretty late, and then I watched live at the U.S. Open. I like that thing on the Golf Channel afterwards. Yeah. But Saturday night was a weird one because we had the finals game on Friday night. We didn't have a finals game on Friday night or Saturday or Sunday night. And so Saturday night I was at home and I was flipping around. I went on HBO Max and I watched the Sherry Papini docuseries. And do you guys know who that is? Did you watch Perfect Wife? Do you know what that is? It was the documentary. It's called Perfect Wife. It's about all right. So
type us
I
in,
feel like I've seen this.
You've probably seen it on Dateline. It's one of the biggest stories in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
She's the real life Gone Girl.
Oh yeah.
Sherry Papini, and so basically and I guess if anybody wants to watch this, you can pause it or move on because I'm just going to talk about it. So anyway, Sherry Papini was in a marriage, and then she was out running one day, and then she got kidnapped. And she was gone for 22 days, and people are doing candlelight vigils, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's one of the biggest things in the country. I mean, small, blonde hair, blue eyes, California, Redding, California. She's gone for 22 days, and then when she shows back up, she's branded on her back. She's beaten to hell. She's got bruises all over. She's emaciated, the whole thing. And then she says the 2 Mexican ladies kidnapped her on the side of the road. Grabbed her. She was out running, grabbed her, threw her in the car, took her to this place. She doesn't know where it was. They had her chained up against she's chained to a bed and all that stuff. She wasn't able to, they would slide food to her and whatever else, tortured her, whatever. Long story short, now she comes back. As time goes on, they find DNA evidence in some clothes that she was wearing of an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
They go and talk to the ex-boyfriend. They're like, yo, what is going on? Whatever. And he's like, she was in a bad marriage. I went and I tried to help her, blah, blah. So it's this whole Gone Girl type story, whatever, right? So Perfect Wife comes out and it tells this whole story from her husband's, her husband does the documentary and whatever. She goes to prison, literally prison, over the whole thing because she just lied over and over again. So anyways, HBO Max has this Sherry Papini caught in a lie, and it's her. It's every story, there's all these lies that are out there about what happened to me. All these lies are out there about what happened to me. Everything has multiple sides to the story. So I'm going to tell you my story.
Is it good?
I mean, do you want me to tell you what she says?
Yeah, for sure.
She says she goes to the ex-boyfriend, that the ex-boyfriend actually abducted her. She's just lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I just think that I watched the whole thing, 4 episodes, and I'm like, no.
You ain't getting that.
No. I think it's she went to prison. She can't get her kids back.
She's in a custody battle right now. So she says that he picked her up in the car. Like, she had an emotional affair with him.
Yeah.
And then he picked her up. But, like, no charges have ever been filed against him. The FBI did, all manner of things. So, like, it's like, again, you're kind of to the point where it's like she says this happened, but it's like, and everybody that's ever come across her in life says that she just lies about literally everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like, she's just, like, and everything in this documentary is set up. It's like her psychiatrist, her friend, and there are some weird things in there. There's certainly some weird stuff that may give you cause for pause where you're like, why are you lying for? You know what I mean? It's hard to understand. And, you never want to be like, if somebody's like really mentally like, they say every time she's caught in a lie, it's basically, I'm a trauma victim, right? It's like, yeah, but you might like just for real be a liar about stuff,
Right.
But on the other side, it's so hard to gauge people like this because it's like, what do you gain? Right?
The satisfaction that the people might believe what you're saying.
But that's where it gets a little fascinating. It's like a lot of times people do stuff like this for like financial gain or for some kind of like, and it's all so strange. And her parents are in it, and they're strange. And the brothers, her ex-husband's sister is in it.
Yeah.
And she's strange. Like her lawyers are strange. Like it's worth watching. But I do not come out of it going, oh my God, that's the real story. I come out of it going like, all right, bro, you had 4 years to tell us. And the other thing is, why wouldn't you say that? And her excuse is because I knew I'd lose my kids if I was cheating on my husband.
Right.
But it's like, bro, this guy assaulted you for 4 years. When they first came to the ex's house, he was like, she asked me to do this to her. Like, she asked me to brand her. She asked me to do this. Like, which you kind of buy. It's a crazy story. You should watch Perfect Wife and then watch her explanation of it.
I might tap
It is kind of worth it.
I might tap in on
just because I'm so like fascinated by the whole thing. So fascinated. Evidently, she was in court like last week or something because she had gotten evicted from her ex's house, but not that ex, another ex.
If I saw that story
it's all
about
so
you,
crazy.
we're not going nowhere near you, Shorty.
It's all so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, truly. It's fascinating, though, because I don't understand it.
I remember the Dateline thing on that. I kind of remember seeing that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think she's like in her last ditch, where it's like, I'll never get to see my kids unless I come up with some other story as to what happened to me. And so it can't be that I just did this. Yeah. That I did that whole spiel. Anyway, I ended up watching that all weekend. Outside of the sports, though.
What was it on?
HBO Max.
HBO Max, okay.
So I watched two things this weekend. I saw one thing in real life. I saw one thing on TV. I went to Crosstown Brewery. You ever been there?
Yeah. Wait, where's Crosstown?
Crosstown.
Are you talking about the one right down over here?
No, like you know where Crosstown is, right?
Yeah.
There's a brewery right next to it.
I haven't been to the brewery. I've been to Crosstown.
But so the brewery right next to it.
Okay.
They had the Crosstown Clash, Verno.
Wrestling?
Wrestling.
Oh, wow.
On Saturday night, I went to the Crosstown Clash. Our boy Andy Mack wrestled.
Yeah.
Listening to the show, I saw him wrestle. Super nice dude. Super cool. Saw him wrestle. I saw Hunter Havoc wrestle in the main event.
Hunter Havoc,
the King of Memphis. 400 pounds.
He calls himself the King of Memphis?
Yeah, he also yelled at me during the match the whole time.
Why?
He called me, hey, Walker, this is for you. I'm like, all right.
Why?
Like, hit the guy. I'm like, all right. Because, I do a podcast with Dustin.
Yeah.
And Dustin, it's like the inner wrestling world. And because I do a podcast with Dustin, people got smoke with me.
Oh, they've got heat?
Yeah, so he's like.
So this guy has a rivalry or a problem with Dustin, so he was taking it out on you?
Yeah. He's like, hey, Walker, you're soft. I'm like, all right, bro.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
Hey, Walker, this is for you. And like, got the guy, like, hit him on the back. I'm like, all right, bro. All right. Whatever. Good job.
You're getting yelled at in the crowd, though.
Yeah, I'm getting the crowd
I like
yelled at. I'm
that.
getting badgered. But shout out to the Crosstown Clash. It was a fun event. Bobby Ford put it on. He's another wrestler. He's a promoter. He put it on. I enjoyed it. People I was with, they're not wrestling fans, but they're like, yo, this is dope. So that's always the gauge, right?
How often do they do wrestling at this Crosstown Brewery? Was that a one-off?
It's a one-off. I think Bobby Ford and his people are doing like the breweries around the city. So they're popping around different breweries, and
Gotcha.
this is the one. And it was close, so I was like, let's pull up.
So is this a new wrestling
Yeah,
operation?
so Bobby Ford wrestled with 901 Wrestling. They branched off and made their own company. So now they're doing like...
None of these wrestling guys get along, huh?
They really don't get along. It's so funny, the inner world of local wrestling, but I watched that. It was
The
fun.
local wrestling companies, like none of them like each other?
They all got beef.
Wow.
And somehow. But
I'll
yeah,
be damned.
shout out to Bobby Ford, Andy
Why
McNamara.
can't we all just get along?
Great question.
We're stronger as one.
Exactly. Why not do it together? Second thing I
shut
watched.
up, Roger.
I watched
You're right.
6 episodes.
I'm always right.
6 episodes of Love Island.
Oh, you watch it?
Boy.
Is it good?
It's very like mindless television.
Yeah.
And it made me think, bro. Like when they go on these shows, they're gonna find love, you know?
Yeah.
Love Island. But the first time we meet, just think about this. Just think in your brain. The first time we meet, you're not wearing clothes. Where's my mind gonna go for the rest of the time I'm here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, why is this a thing? It's like they should put people in like sweatpants or like a costume. Like the first,
So when they meet, they're naked.
they're basically naked, bro.
Oh,
they're
wow.
in swimsuits, no shirt.
I like
Wow.
that.
And they're like, hey, I'm seeking an emotional connection with you.
What a
I'm
pervert.
Like, yeah, what a freak, bro. You, all right, for John Kelly, bro. Calm
Just making
down.
sure y'all paying attention.
But no, like they're like, hey, I want to make an emotional connection with you, but I'm not wearing clothes. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's like
Bad math. But for people like me, it's mindless television, so we just watch and I have fun. I think they're on episode like 12 or something.
So wait, they're both naked when they meet?
They're not actually naked.
They're
They're,
not actually
wearing
naked, bro.
swimsuits.
They're wearing swimsuits. The intro, they're usually wearing
whatever.
swimsuits, and they're
Oh.
like, "Hey, I'm here to make an emotional connection with you," but like, you got everything out while I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
But no, Love Island, great show.
Well, not everything.
Are they all like good-looking people?
That too. It's all good-looking
So who
people.
cares that they're in bathing
What are
suits
people
looking at
with
each
the-
other?
I need people with the sagging boobs and the
Yeah, we need like disgusting-looking people.
Yeah, the potbelly crew.
Because then it's more vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need people with like a pot bellies and the saggy boobs. You know
These
what I'm saying?
people are all very comfortable in their bathing
Cross-eyed.
suits.
I need
Yeah,
a
we
little
need more
cross-eyed people.
vulnerability.
We need a guy wearing a full-on T-shirt
Yeah.
when he gets
At
into
the
the pool.
pool.
Yeah.
We need a t-shirt guy.
But
maybe,
no swimming trunks. He's just wearing
maybe a guy with like the
Psycho.
easy Winnie the Pooh.
I'm trying to make it
Winnie
weird.
the Pooh.
We're getting
He called it the Pooh Bear.
That's the Pooh. The t-shirt no draw.
That's the Pooh Bear.
T-shirt, no draws.
But no, bro, it's so goofy, bro. I enjoy it because it's mindless. But no, we need more. We need more. Just like we need a cross-eyed guy on there.
Yeah.
We need a pot-belly guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need like regular-looking humans, not like everybody
Not everybody's
chiseled.
perfect. Yeah.
A Siamese twin or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah.
Third nipple maybe in the
Yeah,
middle.
we're getting
Yeah, give me
All
a
right,
third
don't
nipple.
go to his searches.
Guy in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah,
All right, did you watch anything?
No, I went out of town.
Thugging with your Browns.
Are you going to give it a review?
Yeah. I went to.
I saw all your little photos on Instagram. I know you had a great time.
Yeah, I
bro.
did. I went to see the Dave Matthews Band for like the 16th, 17th time.
Have you really been 17 times?
Yeah. 16, 17, something like that. I lost track.
Where would you say this one ranked?
Towards the top, just because it was my first time with the girlfriend seeing Dave Matthews. That's what I'm saying. I know how to play
Boo! Jennifer, we love you, but boo! Boo, that's so lame.
Yeah,
And you wore your favorite
That is
Navy.
so lame.
You wore your favorite Navy T-shirt. I see.
Yeah, one of the solid color shirts. No,
Is it the first time you didn't have to walk out during Crash Into Me because you were there with a dude?
That is actually all right. By the way, that is now the third straight Dave Matthews show I've been to, and he has not played Crash Into Me.
Oh, really?
Did not play it. No.
What do you mean he doesn't play it?
Didn't play it. He
This guy
played.
think he is Van Morrison not playing Brown Eyed Girl?
He played of songs that I think that.
Did he play What Would You Say?
Played What Would You Say? Played.
They ain't got that many hits.
He's got a lot of hits.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Not hits.
Yeah,
Crash
they-
Into Me is as big a song
Crash
as
Into
they've
Me.
ever had.
Crash Into Me is. He played The Space Between. That
I
was
would-
a massive song too.
I would say What would you say and Crash Into Me are the two biggest?
The space between was bigger than what would you say?
No.
And Trippin' Billies. Those would be the three that you would have heard on the radio that he played. Yeah.
He
Those
did
would be
not
the
play
three.
Crash Into Me.
Did not play Ants Marching.
What? Oh, that one.
Did
Yeah,
not.
that's a huge hit.
Did not play So Much to Say. Did not play Too
What?
Much. Did not play Stay. Did not play Don't Drink the Water. Did not. Yeah.
Were you happy with the set list, Roser?
Yeah, I was cool.
You guys think he's friggin' fish.
Dude, he literally changes his set list every night.
Grateful
Yes,
Dead.
changes his set list every night.
Did you buy merch?
No, I don't ever buy merch.
Play the
I've learned not to
hits.
do that.
Did you get a fire dancer fake tattoo on your
No, I
lower back?
didn't.
Fruit?
You fruit.
No.
Did she?
Did she get one?
No.
Did Jennifer get one?
No, she did not.
Did they have an opener?
No, there was no opener.
Oh, no string cheese
Just him.
incident or something?
No opener.
Roasted root?
No opener. No, but he did. It was a really good show. It was a really good show. And he's like, I'm pretty sure he's on the spectrum. Like Dave's, like, dude, he is. And he did the,
He's on drugs.
Yeah, Roser.
No, he doesn't do it. Not anymore.
It's called.
Oh,
No.
shut up. It's
But-
not anymore. Shut up.
No,
he
he's-
is on so many drugs, it's unbelievable.
No.
I've seen the clips from his concerts. The guy's on drugs.
No, he.
Shut up.
So, but he did the. Some people say it's us, and some people say it's them, but it's better when it's us.
Oh, God.
What the?
We got us.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, covered. There's a cover he played that I'd never heard him do before. "Fool in the Rain," Led Zeppelin. Great.
Oh.
Did great.
All right, how is that amphitheater in St. Louis held up?
You can tell they've done.
Is it still good?
Yeah, it is. And they've got Halsey coming there in a couple days.
Yeah.
They get, all the big artists, and it was packed. I mean, the place, it says the capacity said 20,000. There was easily probably 20,000 people there. Like
Wow.
it was sold out. Yeah.
Wow.
It was
Shut
sold
up, man.
out.
I'm glad you
But
enjoyed
I will
that,
say,
Roser.
there's a spot on the way to St. Louis called. Hang on, I looked up the website. I sent you the picture of it. Beggs Berry World.
I've never even heard of that.
It is in
When you sent it to me.
It is in Benton, Missouri, on the way to St. Louis.
Benton?
And obviously on the way back. Yes. And it is all like they do homemade ice cream. And it's all straight from their farm. They have a farm. They do homemade ice cream, and they do other stuff too. You can get other fruits and vegetables that they have, but like if you go there and you get strawberry ice cream, it is made with real strawberries. It's none of the dude. It is amazing. Benton, Missouri. If you're ever driving to St. Louis,
How did you hear about it?
Passed it on the interstate.
Wait,
and
did you saw they have like a billboard?
They have a huge their store. It's right there. It's just right there on the interstate.
You just wanted ice
Off of
cream. so
40?
you
Yeah,
stopped.
55 up to St.
55,
Louis.
yeah,
55. Yeah, it's exit. I think it said it's exit 80. Interstate 55, exit 80, Benton, Missouri. Yeah. Monday through Saturday, they're open 9
Is it
to
just
6.
ice cream?
No, they have,
Oh, they have berries.
vegetables. They do their own sweets. They have flowers, plants. Everything is from their farm.
And what's the name of it?
Beggs Berry World.
Beggs Berry World.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it's been around.
They started out. They had a small place on the other side of the highway, like it's tiny.
Oh, look, you can Google
And they
that.
just did ice cream,
Bro, they said
and then
been-
they had so much success with it, they got a bigger space or built something bigger on the other side of the highway, and it's massive. And
1987.
yeah, you can
I'll
walk
be
around
damned.
in there. No, it's great.
I made that trip when my parents lived in St. Louis. I bet I've driven there
I've been up
100,000
to St. Louis
times.
a bunch too, and I've never seen it.
And I've never done. I mean,
It's like a barn too.
And
bro.
I asked, it's like this huge barn. I asked them, I said, do y'all have because they have so many flavors of ice cream and they change the flavors all the time, and it's all, like I said, like it's all fresh, like it's all homemade. It's great. And I was like, do y'all have like a bunch of regulars? They said, we have people, yes, that come from all over the Missouri, Tennessee, Arkansas that come here to get it. Yeah.
Wow.
So Beggs Berry World, check it out.
Shout out when you
Number 7, Stanley Cup Finals. All right, so it's 3-2 now, and Florida is in command. The Oilers are going to have to win on the road tomorrow night. Our Connor McDavid team is going to have to win tomorrow night on the road because on Saturday night when the two teams played, the Panthers went to Edmonton and beat them 5-2. There's nothing worse than getting beat 5-2 in a game 5 on your home ice,
That's
right?
tough,
Because
yeah.
now you have to go play game 6 on the road. So we will see if Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers can dig deep. Otherwise, we got back-to-back champs.
Yeah,
with the Florida Panthers. And
Yeah.
this Marchand has gone just crazy in this Stanley Cup Finals. He has been absolutely unbelievable. He had 2 goals again the other night, and what a acquisition that has been for them. He's got 10 goals and 10 assists, 20 points in 22 postseason games. And just in these finals, he has scored 6 goals.
Yeah.
6 goals in the finals.
7 player all time with multiple 5-goal Stanley Cup Finals. The first player in NHL history to do it with 2 different teams.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he cold. I don't know who this dude is, but he cold.
Yeah, Brad Marchand.
He
All
like
right, take a
Frank
quick break,
Kaminsky.
and then we're going to wrap up the rest of them on the other side. Chris Vernon Show.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies at home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, actually these are the black crystals because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Welcome back to to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Just be cool. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Yeah. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Let's knock these last ones out. Number 8. This Rafael Devers thing is wild, right? So the Giants traded for Rafael Devers from the Boston Red Sox, who has a contract that goes through 2030 and is going to pay him more than $250 million. Okay, this is one of those like where a move in the offseason pissed him off so much that it was like impossible to be repaired somehow. So, you know, they went and got Bregman in the offseason, right? And then he got mad during spring training because he balked at moving off of third base. He's like, I'm a third baseman. I'm not moving off of third base. Yeah. Where he had spent his whole career. But after they had signed Alex Bregman, then they didn't give him a heads up before they did it. And so then he was mad about it. And then he said, all right, fine. Then I'll go and be your designated hitter. But he's pissed, right? He was the third baseman. Now they went and got a third baseman. And now they're moving him off of there. And so then they tried to move him to first base. And he's like, nah, to hell with this, right? And so, like, it is kind of crazy, right? That they had this guy who was young and part of the future and this outstanding player. And then they went and made a move in the offseason that fractured that relationship so bad that now they're having a blockbuster trade to send him to San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that wasn't worth it. Like, what are we doing here? It says, in the weeks since, Devers' refusal to play first led to internal tension and helped facilitate the deal. So, like, he's like, I'm not playing first base. He's like, we're just standing on business on this. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not a team player. I was the third baseman. I signed a contract to be your third baseman. You replaced me. I'll DH.
Yeah. Dang, bro.
I had no idea during all this until like when it happened. Buster Posey is who runs the Giants.
Wow.
Like he's their vice president of baseball. He's the one who makes the trades for the Giants.
Isn't it kind of crazy? If you're Rafael, it is just kind of crazy that he was not just like fine with it. Because he signed a 10-year, $300 million contract. Like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, just be cool, bro.
What does it matter? I got a 10-year, $300. Like, I've already got my. Like, it's not affecting anything for a long time, right? Yeah. And he was an all-star last year at third base, and so then he got his place taken. Anyways, crazy trade in Major League Baseball. Number 9, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
What a return. Not only did she return, she gives the Liberty their first loss.
Yeah, but
and she had 32, 8, and 9.
They missed one of their best players, but that's not the point.
Still, it's their first loss of the season, and they beat them by 14.
Yeah, and the 5-3 she hit, bro. She came off the rip. She checked and hit 3 in a row, and I was like, oh yeah, she back on that move. Like you play I sent this clip a second ago.
You think our team's good enough to win it? Like, we're probably not far from the playoffs. I swear, the WNBA plays like 20 games.
I know, right? Bro, it's getting spooky. But they are right now they're tied for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're gonna need to win some more games to get to a good spot.
Because they fell back after she got hurt.
But that was a reminder.
What a return, though.
That was a reminder, bro, that she got the juice, bro.
Yeah.
Rebecca Lobo said, "I've been around the WNBA since 1997. I've never seen that." So
32, 8, and 9, and gave the Liberty their first loss. So Liberty, last team without a blemish, took one. Yeah. And number 10 tonight. All right, Game 5. That's what we got. Obviously, it's Stanley Cup Finals, not until tomorrow night, but we got Game 5 of the NBA Finals tonight. Many would call it a pivotal
Pivotal game 5. Pivotal game 5.
Whoever wins the game wins the series? That's how we felt about game 4, honestly.
Yeah.
But obviously we could feel that way about tonight, too. You think it's close?
We got John Goebel, Mark Davis, and James Williams.
You think it's close?
Yes.
I bet they let them play a lot more after that 71 free throws and refs becoming a topic. I'd imagine they let it get pretty physical.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for
Rick Carlisle was like, he's the best ref ever because SGA shot like 4 free throws. That was funny. Let's go Pacers.
Let's get to it for today's show. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to John Rose across the glass. Thanks to Jaylon back in the studio. Until tomorrow, we gone.